This is my iPad Pro 12.9 inch, and this is my Tesla Model 3. Now what does one have to do with the other? You're about to find out. And this is one of my favorite accessories on the market right now for Teslas. So Teslas already have a big enough screen, but to be honest, that's not enough for me. I actually found an accessory where I could actually mount my iPad right down here, and that little accessory cost me $25, and this is what it is. That's all there is to it. I feel like it's a little bit overpriced for what it is, but I will say it's absolutely worth it if you have any sort of iPad. I have an iPad Pro 12.9 inch like you already heard. I believe it works with any other type of iPad on the market as well. The only thing is you need to just make sure you mount the pieces correctly and that you have, I want to say, a 2020 or older model Tesla, because the center console is a little bit different on some of the newer models. But it's super easy to set up. All you do is you take these little things, you place it on here, you take the other one, and this little hook actually hooks into here and grips onto it. So then you just kind of click it into place, just like so. Snap it, snap it. That's it. Now you just take your iPad, and kind of hard to do with one hand, but you push a little firmly on here, and it snaps it, kind of locks it into place in these little rubber grooves, and you'll see in just a second. Alright, so we got it mounted. Like I said, it's a little hard to do with one hand, but with two hands you can slide it right into these little rubber grooves, and now you've got two displays in your Tesla. Now you might ask, why do you need such a thing? There's actually a couple downfalls to not having different types of navigation on a Tesla. For example, Waze. Waze is a really popular one with drivers who want to be aware of what's coming up on the road, whether it be an accident, car on the shoulder, police, any sort of road hazards and whatnot. Now, being that my iPad is cellular, I always have a connection anywhere I go. So if I put in somewhere to navigate, like Starbucks, for example, which is right down the road, it will actually show me if there's anything on the road that I need to worry about. Now, I actually use this personally for police officers. I'm a little bit of a speeder, I'll admit it, but this is great for people like me who just want to be aware of what's coming up next. I will sometimes simultaneously run the navigation here just to kind of compare the differences between the two apps. This uses Google for their navigation, and then this obviously is going to be using Waze or whatever you want to use here. If you don't have a cellular iPad, you can always connect it to your phone via hotspot. It does eat up obviously your data, but I paid a little bit extra for the cellular model of my iPad, and then pay $10 a month through Verizon for the line access on the iPad. So it cost me almost nothing in terms of the data here, and then obviously it just pulls from my family plan that me and my family have for our unlimited data plan. So there's a couple other great uses for having an extra tablet or an extra display right below your big display in the car. Navigation is a big thing for me. I'm also really into aviation, and if I'm ever stopped at a stoplight or a stop sign or something like that, and I see some sort of plane flying above me, I always kind of want to know what it is, where it came from, where it's going. Just kind of a hobby of mine. So sometimes I'll pull up Flight Radar on my iPad and I can see what's flying above. And there's so many other uses as well, but navigation and Flight Radar are a big thing that I use it for. And then if you ever have someone in the passenger seat who's a little bored, you can always have it set up to watch Netflix or something. Now, it's a pretty bad distraction to have while you're driving. I definitely would not recommend it. Probably recommend taking it off and allow that person to hold it in their hand, but that is something that you can do. Again, I would definitely not recommend doing such a thing, but obviously with the iPad being set up in sort of a cinematic mode down here, or just a viewable angle, that is something you can also do as well. Alright, so we got the Starbucks up here on my iPad, and we're going to put that same address in here on the navigation. Alright, so they're taking us the same route. We're going to recenter here. A little hot here in Virginia.
Turn right on Sterling Brook Drive. Turn right, then turn left.
Alrighty, turn right. Then we're taking a left.
Now turn right on
Turn
Sterling
left,
Brook Drive.
then turn right on Sterling Brook Drive.
Gets a little crazy having two navigation
Turn right on Sterling Brook Drive.
applications opened up. It's kind of funny.
In a quarter of a mile. Turn left on Hopkins Road.
And also kind of annoying, as you can tell. A lot of times I'll actually mute the Tesla one because Waze will actually notify you via audio
500 feet
if there's any sort of hazards or cops and whatnot on the road. So I'll usually keep that up, but I'll monitor the GPS on the Tesla. just to, like I said, just kind of match up and see, make sure they're taking me the same way.
Turn left on Hopkins Road.
And in this case, they're not taking us the same way. So I'm actually going to take a right here. I prefer to go this route. It's just easier for me to take a right than it is a left here. And people drive a little crazy on this road. So Waze already updated with our navigation route. Now, I said in my previous video, and you can see a card right here in the top right corner of the video right now. But this car is absolutely so fun to drive. It's so smooth.
In 1,000 feet, use the left lane to turn left.
The acceleration is one of my favorite parts of this car. And I actually kind of like the regenerative braking. I like kind of being a lot more in tune with the car, keeping your foot on the accelerator to obviously accelerate it, taking it off to brake. You just kind of
Turn
feel,
left on Beulah Road.
like I said, a lot more in tune with the car. And I feel like it allows for better handling, and you just kind of feel one with the car, I guess you could say. We're gonna get us a tall flat white. That's my drink of choice.
In 2 miles, turn right on Kingsland Road.
It's a little expensive. I think a tall flat white is like $4 from Starbucks. Pretty ridiculous. But let me know what your favorite drink is, guys. I'm kind of curious. Starbucks makes hella money off a lot of people because those drinks are a little expensive, a little too much for me. We're just gonna consider this a treat for the day, though. But make sure you guys, I'm gonna say it like everyone else does: like, comment, subscribe, do all those things, so that we can generate some ad revenue, so that I can pay for this expensive ass drink.
In half a mile, turn right, then turn left.
Really only one way to get there from here, so both obviously navigations are taking us the same route right now. Now, I actually paid for the monthly...
Turn right on Kingsland Road, then turn left on Iron Bridge Road.
The monthly subscription to Full Self-Driving, and I actually canceled it the very next day.
Turn left on Iron Bridge Road.
And I did not have that fun of an experience with it. Now, I may do a video on my experience with Full Self-Driving in this car. At least it's a little interesting to have something like that in the city that I live in, because people in this area drive like a bunch of idiots, and so sometimes I don't feel comfortable allowing the car to drive for me. Now, I know a lot of times you have to kind of get used to that, and the car is smart enough to learn, but there's a part of humans that you just can't predict. Even a computer can't predict it. And that's what scares me with the Full Self-Driving. You know, I think the car learns over time, and there were some features that I actually thought were really cool and interesting. Maybe I won't use them, like the summon feature, being able to have the car pull up and pick me up and whatnot, or use the app to pull my car in and out of the garage. I mean, they're cool features. I don't know that I would necessarily use them for my day-to-day. I'm a pretty simple person too, so I really don't need all these extra features and whatnot. And it's hard to justify $200 a month for certain features that are still in beta mode that you have to apply to even get approved to use, like the Full Self-Driving on city streets. I'll get a lot more into it and maybe in another video, but it's just, for me, the $200 a month wasn't worth it for what it offered me. Just some of the features I just didn't find a benefit in for, obviously, my day-to-day. And it's different for every person. Some people may actually use those features every single day, but for the way that I use this car and the way that I live my life, they don't really come in handy for me at all.
Square, then turn right.
Starbucks is looking a little busy today, so we may have to take a walk inside. We're gonna park.
You've arrived. Go inside. Destination is on your left.
Get our $20 drink inside and take a ride back home once we're done. All right, we got our $5 drink. Like I said, a tall flat white. Stupidly overpriced, but I guess you get what you pay for sometimes. Thank you all for kind of tuning in and watching this video. I kind of want to keep it somewhat short, as my last video was 17-18 minutes long, and I felt like it dragged on a little too longer than I wanted it to be. But again, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and if there's any other accessories that you guys want me to review, or any accessories that you guys like.
Watch out. Construction on road ahead.
See, it's telling me that there's construction up here. Obviously, that is the case. But anyways, anything that you want me to review, any accessories that you like, that you think I should try out, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Shoot me a DM on Instagram or TikTok, whatever it is. All my links are going to be in the description of this video. They're also on my channel too. But again, thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great day, everyone.